Okay. Welcome, children of the night. Children of the night. Welcome back to the program, brothers and sisters of the left-hand path. I am Dr. Murphy, the founder and infernal hierophant of the Order of Pluto Sophia. And in today's video, I'm going to be taking you on a tour through the Major Arcana cards of the tarot. But this is no ordinary tour, for this is going to be a tour detouring along the left-hand path that is going to be viewing these cards through more of an infernal lens and delving deeply into the occult symbolism of the cards and what they really mean in terms of their potential for the black alchemist, the black magician, the demonologer, anyone and everyone who is seeking real power, real mystical knowledge, the forbidden knowledge, the occult knowledge and wisdom. We have the card of initiation, the initiate. He carries upon his back the knapsack full of the 4 elements, the rose of new potential and beginning, and he has his guide dog, his familiar spirit animal guiding him, and he's just about to step off of the ledge. There's no question about turning back. He knows he's going to do it. He's traversing the mountain side, going down the mountainside. This is easy, where others would turn around and flee, thinking that is the easier path to run away from the darkness, to run away from the abyss, from what they fear. But when you do that, you're climbing back up the mountain. It is actually harder in the long run. But with the Fool, although he's doing the most terrifying thing any of us can do, stepping into the darkness, into the abyss, into the void, when we look at the bigger scope, the mountains in the background, he is taking the easier path. He does not know what lies beyond the edge of that cliff, but see the serenity. Note the serenity in his face, because he has his knapsack. He is initiated. He doesn't know what he's going to do or how he's going to do it. He just knows that he can do it because he has mystical knowledge that there is power within him. He has the knowledge of the 4 elements that he carries in his knapsack: the swords, the pentacles, the cups, and the wands. And so he's ready. His ultimate goal is to be that of the world. This is Baphomet, the hermaphrodite. This is a hermaphrodite. Most people think this is just a nude woman. But notice her nether area is covered. She is a hermaphrodite. This is Baphomet, balance of the opposites, hermetic law, the 7 hermetic principles, perfection, the Ouroboros, becoming a living God, apotheosis. Before that, we have judgment, right? You must die before you can be reborn. Before that, we have the sun, the divine male energy, the red flag, the willpower pushing you toward that ledge. And before that, you need the feminine energy of the moon, intuition, magic, everything that comes with the night. And the 2 pillars. But notice here, unlike with the high priestess with the 2 pillars, there's no veil here. It has been completely lifted. And the waterway, the body of water in the forefront, right in front of us, perhaps we are standing in it. We are deep in the subconscious mind, or even the unconscious mind. And stepping out of it, there's a stream leading right directly in between those 2 pillars. Just follow the moon, And we have 2 guides here now. Before that, the star. Here we have perfection, enlightenment, illumination, and balance between the water here, the subconscious, the deeper levels of the mind, and that's carrying over because she's pouring that water onto the land, the physical world. So this is as above, so below, as within, so without. The magician, you have perfected the balance between these worlds, which means what you do in your mind, you can manifest in the physical, earthly, carnal plane. You have perfected magic. Before this, we had to have great change with the tower. The old order had to be destroyed before we could create a new order. And before that, we had to make that decision with the devil. And we have, again, this is hearkening back to the Lover's card, which is hearkening back. It's an allusion to the Garden of Eden with the Tree of Life and the Tree of Knowledge. And these are the same characters. But here, the snake from the Tree of Knowledge has transformed into the devil here, King Belial, with the inverted pentagram, materialism, actually manifesting things. But you notice that the two human characters, the male and female nude, are in chains here, although they were not with the Lover's card. Here they are in chains, but notice that the chains are loose. So these are our vices and things such as this. However, we can easily be rid of them if we choose. However, the lesson here, the point is not to just be rid of our vices, it's choosing them wisely. Some of them may actually help us. Some vices can actually push us to greater things. Before that, we had temperance. Again, learning about balance. Sacred geometry. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot upon the land. And in so doing, there is always that path leading to the sun in the background. Is it setting, or is it rising, or is it the same thing? Before that, we had death. This is the ultimate card of transformation, transmutation, alchemy. This is the card of Lord Pluto. This is the card of black alchemy. Notice everyone is having a problem here except for the child. The king had faced death, tried to defy him based on total arrogance, egotism. He's completely dead. His crown is strewn beside him in the mud. Then you have the priest that is trying to bargain with death through prayer and ritual. He's going to lose. You have the fair maiden who knows that she cannot defy death and she cannot bargain with death, but yet she accepts it. She knows it's coming, but she doesn't want to, so she has to look away in horror. But only the child looks directly into the eyes of death in innocence. Only the child here will survive. Before that, we have inverting the path, standing back, inverting things, taking a new perspective. Where all else fails, where everyone else has failed, turn things upside down, step back, take a moment, look at things from a new perspective. And before that, we had justice. This is bringing in Lord Lucifer, justice, revenge, vengeance, balance and law tied together, interconnected with red, the robe, the passion and the willpower. And just a little peak of the foot poking from underneath the red gown here, signifying that there is a purity here, and of course the crown upon the head. And there is that veil again, but much thicker here, much thicker, covering everything. Much more so than with the high priestess. Before that, the wheel of fortune, understanding that there is a wheel in motion, controlled by the 4 cardinal directions and the 4 elements. And you have there the serpent, the snake. You have Thoth, Anubis, Hermes. What do we call this creature? This red creature, the Hermanubis. I think it's called Hermanubis. That's not right, is it? Hermanubis. Something. It's a Hermes Anubis amalgamation. And we have the Sphinx with the sword. air, justice, thought, intellect, justice. And okay, before that we have the Hermit. Of course, we must take a moment to step back, because ultimately, if you're pursuing real power, it's going to come from within. It's only going to come from yourself. Nobody can give it to you. Nobody can share it with you. Nobody can teach it to you. You're going to have to go and do it alone. And ultimately, in seeking happiness and euphoria and the real important things and truths, it's only you can do it, and only you can appreciate it. So you have to be alone like the Hermit, and you have your staff, your willpower, leading you through the barren landscape, because there's no one else there, only you. But you have that light of illumination. Before that, we have the Strength card, and with the Lemnis God upon her head because of the infinite potential, and she is the higher intellect. She is the ego. The lion is the id. This is the unconscious mind. This is the lower mind, the carnal mind. It is even the unconscious and subconscious mind. It's very powerful. The lion is much more powerful than her. It would be nothing for the lion to tear her limb from limb, and yet she has total control of it. Not through strength, not through brute force, but through cunning and trickery and intelligence. And before her, we have the Chariot. Again, this is about balancing through brute force, but not even necessarily physical brute force. Not even necessarily. It is not at all about physical brute force. It is about will, brute force of will, to balance the two beasts of the dark and the light, guided by higher powers of magic and alchemy. And you notice the zodiac and the celestial realm illustrated, symbolized through the tapestry above his head. And before that, then we come back to the Lover's card, and this is about the choice. This is what you're really choosing your path. Are you going to take the right hand path or the left hand path? Are you going to only eat of the fruit of the tree of life, or will you listen to the serpent and take a taste from the fruit that the tree of knowledge bears? But once you do that, you become like Lilith, and you take the left-hand path. Before that, we have the Infernal Hierophant, again with the pillars, again with balance. He's a gatekeeper here, and this is all about knowing and recognizing and understanding and being careful with things like orthodoxy. We want balance and order, but that can so easily become corrupted, as it did with the celestial order. And so some of the angels, a lot of them, rebelled and formed the left-hand path and became the fallen angels, and later became labeled as demons, which is a term that I embrace and we embrace in Pluto Sophia. We venerate the demons of hell. Further, we have the Emperor. This is male energy, Aries, Mars. And its counterpart before that is the Empress, female energy, fertility, growth, intuition. Before that, the High Priestess, again with the pillars, the black and white, the female and male. The Moon upon her head, again at her feet, the moon. This is feminine energy, intuition, magic, alchemy, divination, and behind her is the veil. It would be so easy to tear it away, but if you look closely, you could just peek behind it and you see a vast body of water, indicating to the vastness of the subconscious mind. This is feminine energy. The subconscious mind is feminine energy. Before that, we have the Magician. And a lot of people would think, as the Magician, with such a strong posture of the law of correspondence of Hermeticism and the lemniscate above his head, and he looks so powerful, and he has the red robe, as corresponding with the rubido, the philosopher's stone of alchemy, the fourth stage of alchemy, rubido, the red, and he has all of his elements laid upon the table, and it's so fruitful and bright with the yellow background. But this is just alluding to the potential. The lemniscate here is not his power, is just really the potential of the power. And we saw it again with strength. Again, she has more power than him, but it's still alluding to more potential. But the Magician, right, this is card 1. And all of this is the journey of the Fool. And it comes back to the Fool. And he continues to move through this, through his spiritual unfoldment. All right, that's about that for this video. Today is September 20th, 2025. It is a beautiful Saturday, and I mean it is a beautiful Saturday. It is finally cooling off where I am at, and it has been so hot for so long. It is finally cooling down. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Please give us a like, subscribe if you haven't. Shame if you have not subscribed to us by now. But please subscribe. Leave a comment. Just be respectful. I would love to see some discussions and debates in the comments. Just be gentlemanly and ladylike in your fruitful arguments. That is all that I ask. All right, that is about that. Thank you so much for joining me here again. Have an infernally blessed day.